All right, here we are. We are live. Welcome everybody to episode 3 of our first campaign set in the world of Idas. Welcome, guys. Hello, cast. Say hi. Clap.
Hi.
Hi.
Yay! Every audio is working. What a fucking great experience. Anyway, before we begin our scheduled Dungeons and Dragonsing, for a couple of first things which are important, I would like to remind you guys that if you are watching this live, you can find this later on Monday, I believe. I will upload it both on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and on YouTube, so you can listen to it, or you can also watch it, which is pretty PogChamp. Another very, very important thing is that for all of you that are watching and listening, we are actually streaming this live on twitch.tv/unpopular_onion. So if you want the live experience, you can also find that at every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. GMT+1, or 9:30 p.m. Western European Summer Time, or 8:30 p.m. Western European Time. I know time zones, PogChamp. And yeah, that is very important. So another quick little thing that I should mention: we still don't have an intro. Yes, it was supposed to happen, but sadly, Estera is trash at what he does, and so here we are. We don't have it yet, but we will hopefully have it next time. And if we don't, I will have to kill him in game. It appears to be the only possible solution to get the fire under his ass. Anyway, I think that is all. Or of the important things that I had to discuss. So, before we properly begin, for all of those listening at home or wherever you're listening, it's not my fault. I can read chat as well. It's not my fault. It is actually yours. It is your computer's. Anyway.
It was your part.
Yes, but I didn't do it, okay? Anyway, before we begin, for the people listening, let's go around the table and do a few quick introductions. So, first of all, our halfling rogue.
Hello, I'm Fish, and I'm going to be playing as Sag.
Sag, yes.
Sag.
All right.
Sag.
Yes, Sag. Ball Sag. Anyway, moving on to our drow cleric.
I am Estera, and I'll be playing Azizel, or Zizi if you want to.
Az. Now,
yeah.
after Az, please, our fairy wizard.
Hi, my name is Mizi, and I'm going to be playing Tuna Lazia, also known as Tuna.
Yes, Tuna. I can't really make fun of that name. It already does it by itself. And finally, our drow sorceress.
Hi, I'm Liz and I will be playing as Sindra.
Alrighty. I also don't know how to make fun of that one. So, here we are. Anyway, for the cast... No, I won't. For the cast, what's your volumes on what's together? And let's bring us back into the world of Idas with a quick little recap of what happened last time, which was 2 weeks ago. So, my friends... Last we left off our adventure, our heroes had finally met. They had finally gathered together after the events that happened at the mines on the first episode. The mines seemed to have been attacked by a group of kobolds, and our friends here, our adventurers, defended it even though they didn't know each other. But since they are very kind, and Sagrin also worked there, they ended up killing all of those kobolds ruthlessly and relentlessly. After that, they managed to find each other and present themselves to each other and introduce themselves to each other, and they all became quick friends, I should say. More for utility than for anything else, but they did get along. Then the guards around the mines, the guards of the town of Brenswick, asked them to stay around the mines because they were going to be interrogated by the captain of the guard. Obviously, they disobediently left and ignored the recommendations of the city guard, because that's what you do. You know, when there's authority, you just respect it and just do whatever you want. That's how this game works, apparently. Anyway, as they were going through the road back to the town of Brenswick, they met with the captain of the guard. They brought along a guard with them that was carrying something Sagrin had stolen. A bag with null ore, a very precious type of ore that is mined here in Brenswick. And a staring contest happened as Sagrin attempted to shift blame to anyone else but her, failing nonetheless, and the null ore was confiscated and her great ploy of contraband foiled ultimately by the guards and by the captain. They then were escorted back into town, although they would like to believe that they were the ones leading. The guard did escort them back to town, and the captain, Garrett Stone, took them to his own house, where they began discussing a great many deal of things, including the disappearances of people around Brenswick, as well as the attack of the kobolds. And boob head also happened during that discussion. As Tuna attempted to leave Sagrin's coat, and Sagrin quickly covered her head, leading Captain Garrett Stone to believe that now she has a strange disease that has developed a mutated head on her chest that also sneezes. Anyway, after they had this conversation, Captain offered them a bit of gold for them to investigate where the kobolds were attacking from. They would have to be near, so perhaps in the woods. And after resting, after vexing and annoying the shit out of a storekeep, they decided to make their way to the forest. There, in the forest, they made their first grave mistake, letting Tuna lead them in searching for what they were looking for. And as Tuna, well, let's say, doesn't have the necessary skills to lead a party through a forest where they can get lost, they found their way into a trap set by these strange creatures, these strange floating heads with eye stalks with multiple eyes, as they mimicked the screams of a woman and of a child and lured our heroes into their trap. They had a tough fight, one that didn't seem very tough at first, but due to the insane amount of missed shots from Syndra, who didn't seem to be on her day, the fight took a lot longer. Not to mention the fact that Sagrin ran out of daggers very fast, about two rounds into the fight, which also rendered her useless behind a tree trunk. In the end, Tuna managed to salvage the fight with an incredible usage of a spell that she can't miss, because otherwise we know what would have happened. But anyway, that's where we ended episode 2, right in the middle of the forest, surrounded by the corpses of these strange creatures, with a lake at its center and with these enchanted plants and trees that seem to fill in the space slowly, kind of standing out from the rest of the forest. And so, I now pass it on to you guys. The rest of the day is yours. What do you wish to do?
Going to grab my daggers.
You can find them amidst all the shit around. Yes, you have your daggers back.
Nice, thank you.
Is anyone
Guys.
hurt?
I need to rest. I'm really tired.
Same.
Is anyone hurt from the fight?
My ego? Yeah.
Besides your
My
little
dignity.
ego.
No.
I mean physical wounds.
Nah.
No, I'm fine. Tuna?
No, I kind of died, but I'm okay now. I
You'll
took a
be
nap.
fine.
It was just a quick nap, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to take a look around of
Mhm.
those flowers you were mentioning
Mhm.
and see if any of those are any use in case we meet like a trade guy or whatever, so we can make some money or profit out of them.
Roll a nature check for me, please. If you could.
18.
18. Well, you have traveled quite a bit throughout the continent and through at least half of it, and you have never seen a plant like that. These they seem to stand out of everything else in the forest. There's like these little patches that seem enchanted or to have this strange otherworldly nature that you can't quite put your finger on by yourself. They seem pretty rare. Now, if they would have any value, you don't really know. You also don't know if they're dangerous or not. From your background, the only thing you can ascertain with the 18 is that they are not from around here.
Okay. Tuna? You there?
So, yes.
Do you know this kind of plants?
Do I know this kind of plants?
Yeah,
I don't know. They seem like kind of, I don't know, fey stuff.
They are just like the things you find at home, or that you would have found at home back when you were there.
Do you know if they're dangerous or if we can pick them up?
Probably not.
Not dangerous or
dangerous.
not? Oh, okay.
Try
Okay,
eat
then-
one so you can see.
I'll pass, but thanks. Then I'll just grab some and wrap them a bit with my wrappings. and
Okay.
Take them.
Gotcha. As soon as you rip the plants off, you see that the leaves and the flowers, they lose their coloration and they lose their glow immediately after you remove them from the ground.
Okay.
Oh no, you
This
killed
was-
them.
Yeah, this was not a good idea then. Oh well. Let's take the rest you guys were mentioning then.
All right. So before we do that, I'm gonna need a Tuna to roll an Arcana check for me.
18.
18 is pretty good. You recognize that the thing that is flying, sort of this like dust that is flying above the lake at the center of this clearing where you guys are, as you had previously seen and have previously known, this is pixie dust. It's exactly from where you are, or well, at least there are the fairies around you would carry these things, and you know that pixie dust has magical properties. In fact, pixie dust can make people fly.
Guys, any of you have like a little pot
Pot?
on your inventory? Or like a flask?
Do any of us have it?
Because this dust is pixie dust, and we can use it to fly. You can fly like me, you know.
I'm
Well-
fine. Not flying, thank you. I like my gravity. I like my ground. Yeah.
It's fun. Just saying.
I wish I had, but I do not have any kind of pot or flask.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I'll take one of my grease pots and I remove the grease, but I keep the pot parts, obviously, and I'll just store some inside.
All right.
It might be useful.
There you go.
Out of the grease pot, by the way, the item does exist in D&D Beyond. Pixie dust, Pixie. Out of this grease pot, you will get 3 uses of pixie dust. All right. So, if you want to add that to your inventory right now, Sagrin, you can add it 3 times, and you can read what the effect is and all that, and you will have 3 uses of it. All right.
Mhm.
Good. So, before we go through anything else, I know you guys are mentioning rest, but this is getting sort of, we're getting into I would say mid-afternoons, since you guys are underneath the canopies of this like thick canopy of the forest. You can't quite tell like what time it is or how it would work, but it seems to be mid-afternoonish, so you guys still have a bit of time before it is nightfall and you guys will have to sleep. So if you wish to look around or do anything of the sort, you still may do that.
Can we look for any kind of chest?
Look for a chest? Sure, you can. If anybody else is looking, please roll a perception check for me.
Yes, of course.
Oh, loot! Yes, Sagrin. Ooh, a 7.
I got
Let's go.
17.
All right,
I'm
good.
searching for it. I put it on a very small window and I can't find it.
Wow.
God damn it.
See,
Zizel is not looking for it.
size does mean something.
That's why
Ooh.
she only misses stuff. She can't see.
All right,
Hey!
two 17s and a 7. That's pretty good. Well, you don't find any chests other than all of your friends' chests. But you do find some pretty interesting things around here. As you sort of like scan around the battlefield and you see the gross dead bodies of the enemies you just murdered, you also find these old swords that are sort of embedded into the ground and with plants sort of like almost growing from them, and the swords are like covered in stone and like this like thick material that almost looks like scales of some sort. In fact, as you guys look around and look for any sort of loot in this fight, because obviously every fight must have loot, you look at some of these plants, not the ones that looked like home for Tuna, but some others. They seem to be sort of petrified in a sense. Some of them, they have scales on their leaves. The trees themselves, some of them have swords embedded in them, sort of like growing out of the tree as the tree wraps around and grows. So yeah, with a 17, that is what you guys find.
I don't like this place.
I don't want to rest here. I want to be petrified or something.
If anybody here is proficient in history, you may roll a history check. To see if you're proficient, it will have the little ball, it will be black, the ball next to the skill.
Well, I am.
Clearly very proficient. With an 8.
I swear I am, but
Nobody else proficient?
no.
Alright.
Nope.
Well, I don't know.
So, yeah, as you look at the swords, Tuna, you think that probably they've been used in a fight.
Wow.
And that's it, with an 8.
Guys, this might have been used in a fight.
Yes, Tuna.
Wow.
Swords are meant to be used in a fight.
Those are big.
I'll just look the other way.
There's more swords than the other way. There's just swords around you.
I'll just sit on a stone and okay, whenever you are all ready to move or make an action, just let me know and I'll be praying here.
Well, if there's nothing else to do, I don't know. I'm still tired.
I'm mega tired as well.
I'm just sad.
Why?
Saggy said.
Yes, Tuna. Never mind. Let's rest.
Alright, so you guys are going to camp already, or you want to find another place, or are you going to camp here? What's the plan?
I would suggest another place.
All right. Who's looking for this place?
I can go.
Roll survival
go.
check for me. Okay, both of you roll for survival then.
Someone go in front of me because, well, I already did a poopy. So, yeah.
7.
Ooh.
But
I got
Zizi,
a 19. Oh, yeah, I got a 19.
there you go. All right, I would say between you two, you managed to find this sort of hollowed out tree that has some space underneath it, and it is sort of covered around by bushes and some vegetation, where you guys can set up camp. All right, so allow me to switch to something a little bit more appropriate. All right. So you guys are gonna camp for the rest of the afternoon. Bless you. For the rest of the afternoon, and I would like to ask, but before you go to sleep, if there's anything you want to discuss, anything you want to do. Do you want a time skip?
Yeah.
All right. Time skip. So it is night now. As night begins to fall on the forest, this shit is getting pretty scary. Do you guys make a fire? A campfire?
Yeah, to keep us warm, I guess.
It's very
Well,
cold.
but it attracts attention. We don't know what might appear because of the fire. But I'm Tuna, I don't know.
Sangren, do
I
you
think it's a good
know if
idea.
there... Yeah?
To make a fire, yes.
All right.
Then
Let's make
I'll
a
go
fire.
and collect some wood for the fire since I can see better at night.
Easy enough for you to do. You managed to collect it.
Okay, there you go. Sandra, do your magic.
Not a good idea to cast a fireball, obviously.
You can do it. You can use the fireball to light the fire.
I'm afraid I will destroy it.
Maybe, but I'll say that you're good enough with spells. Although the past has not shown that, you're good enough with spells to not miss the fucking
The ground.
wood, you know, and the ground that is dead and doesn't move. I'll say that you can do that, and you can light up a fire, and you guys make up your campfire.
Okay,
Yeah.
yay.
I also have
didn't-
prestidigitation.
Which you
As
can use
well.
to light the fire. But let's
Yeah.
give this one to Syndra.
Yeah.
She
Yay.
didn't have a very good day. Let's let her use magic to light a fire. As you guys look at Syndra, you see that the flame that ignites the fire, the color is different. It is of the pale blue that she carries around with her, and the flames that she produces are of this pale blue coloration. And as you touch or get closer to the fire, at first it's a little bit cold, but then it turns into a regular fire, and does warm you up pretty well. Now, this is going to be nighttime, which means you guys probably will need to take shifts watching shit so that you guys don't die, unless you all want to sleep and let me do with you whatever I want. So
Creepy.
if you're going to take shifts, I suggest it should take 4 shifts. You can do it in pairs or you can do it individually. It's totally up to you guys.
I can take the first shift.
Are you doing it alone or in pairs?
Alone. I mean, Aziz will rather be alone.
Hey,
Hey, what? Sleep.
okay.
While they're discussing, I'll just snuggle into a corner and just start sleeping, like pretending it's not my business.
I'll just try slowly snuggle with Sagrin. Just
All right.
put myself like very warm and cozy.
As you do that, Bob appears next to you and
Hi, Bob. Come here, come here.
And he begins
Let's go.
snuggling as well. All right. So first shift is going to be Zizi alone.
Seems like it, yeah.
All right. I'm going to need you to roll a perception check for me, Zizi. As you keep an eye out.
Oh, it's an 11.
Oh, there you go. Okay, it didn't show for me for some reason. So as you listen about and look around, you hear these strange screeches and screams across the forest. It is much farther away from you than the ones that you had heard before. You also hear movement shifting around you, and as you sort of look about a little bit scared, it's just a little fox moving about, an owl flying through the canopies. Nothing of danger that you can immediately see. You also, I would say, with an 11, can hear the sound of a tree falling in the distance.
Okay.
All right, but you managed to complete your shift.
Yeah, while holding my necklace and say, I'll be fine. They're just horse noises. And then I wake up. I'll wake up Syndra.
Go ahead.
I'll just get close to her and make sure like the staff is a bit further from her and just start shaking her like, hey.
As you do that, you notice that you have been with her before, but you had never really, like at night. Okay, guys, you had seen her sleep before. That's still creepy. Whatever. You were a traveling companion for a long time and had seen her sleep before, but you never really had the chance to really notice upon something. As you are going to go over and touch her body, she's not breathing.
What? I check like her breathing, putting my finger under her nose and listening.
Nothing there.
I'll just pull her arms and let her fall to see if she wakes up from the...
How deep would you be sleeping, Syndra? How tired were you?
Pretty deeply.
Alright. Doesn't wake up, she looks dead.
Okay, I slap her.
Dead!
In the name of the Nightbringer.
Alright. I would say at this point, Syndra, you wake up with a ZZ on top of you, slapping the shit out of you.
God damn it, what the fuck are you
the
doing?
Nightbringer.
You guys handle it yourselves.
Are you
What
alive?
the fuck are you doing? Yeah, I'm alive. I was just
You were not-
sleeping.
You were not breathing.
I don't breathe when I sleep.
What?
I don't need to.
Why don't you need to breathe? Everyone needs to breathe,
I
even
don't.
while sleeping. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Azizel is in utter shock. Okay, okay, I need to sleep, so please, can you do the next shift?
Yeah, I can. But
Okay,
don't
and
wake
please.
don't wake me up like that anymore. God damn it.
Well, I poked you, I grabbed you and let you fall. Well, I had to slap you.
You didn't. Could wake me up gently.
I did. I tried.
Mm-mm. Go sleep.
Okay,
Alright.
thanks for warming up this place.
Okay,
It's
so
warm.
Syndra, first of all, would you like to take your shift alone, or do you want to wake anybody else to take the shift with you if you want to talk to anyone?
I will take it alone. I was already grumpy, so but no.
Alright, you'll take it alone. Roll a perception check for me, please. 10. Not bad. So you die.
Hey.
Not more than you already looked. You'll be fine.
Okay,
Anyway, as you're looking around the forest again, and you with your dark vision of 120 feet that the drow have, seem to be able to scan around pretty easily, and just as Zizi heard these screams and these screeches, you too hear them. And as you're sort of listening for anything extra, anything out of the ordinary, you look at the fire, and the deeper you look into it, the sort of paler it gets. It keeps getting more and more pale, and the flame begins to take these strange shapes, and the nightmare that you had comes back to you. And you hear the voice again. Your words, but a different voice, echoing in your brain. The voice of that man that you can't quite yet recognize, but that seems to haunt you now, even out of your dreams, out of your nightmares. But nothing else happens during your shift.
The voice, did it say the same thing
Yeah.
as on the dream? Okay.
Exactly the same. It seems to be
Okay.
your brain recalling what had happened and remembering what had happened. Did you just destroy your pen?
Yeah, it was stuck.
Oh my god. No wonder you can't hit spells. Well, your shift ends successfully. Nothing dangerous. Is there who do you want to wake up now after your shift is over?
I'll wake up Sag.
You're gonna wake up Sag. All right, go ahead and
Yeah.
wake her up.
I touched. I touched her arm and. Sag, wake up! It's your turn.
No, it's not. Let me sleep.
It is your turn. I need to sleep too.
Okay, Tuna, Bob, let's go.
Okay, you're
No.
gonna wake them up?
Yes.
No.
Poor things.
Yes.
Well, good
Tuna.
luck. I got.
I'm your bed, so let's go.
Okay. Come on, Bob. Come on. I just fly very easy and still with my eyes closed.
You're gonna be like a moth around the fire.
Yeah.
Moving around the fire. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So let's get the checks already done, and then you guys can talk amongst each other. Please roll perception check for me, both of you. One thing. Do you guys have dark vision? You don't.
I don't.
All right. Just so I know. Go ahead and roll your checks.
21.
Because why the fuck not? But Tuna did roll a 6. What can I do here?
I'm just very sleepy.
All right. So, as you guys are watching for anything to come in your vicinity, you notice a couple things. First, the screeches and all of the strange screaming in the distance. You guys, or Sagrin, can pinpoint the direction exactly. And it would be northwest of where you are right now. They don't sound like the kobolds to you, Sagrin, from what you heard, but there's something strange in that direction. Another thing you guys notice is as Syndra goes back to sleep, there's no movement on her body. She doesn't look like she's breathing at all.
Say, are you watching Syndra? Is she
No,
dead?
I'm not watching. I'm watching for us. Okay.
But look at her.
Street.
5 seconds.
She should be fine. Okay.
She looks dead. She might be dead. Is she dead?
Tuna,
Touch her.
I wanna sleep, okay, but I can't.
Right now?
Yes,
You can't.
exactly. I can't. So if you wanna touch the lady, go touch her yourself.
I will.
Okay.
Poke.
It looks like a dead body. It just
Poke, poke, poke.
just
she cold?
moves. It's very cold.
Bob, bite her.
Okay, Bob's gonna roll an attack and bite her. Although he technically couldn't, this is too funny for me to miss out on this. So my first roll with the Yasha dice is gonna be for Bob to bite Syndra's ass. All right, you have him on your notes, don't you?
On my notes?
Yeah, Mizzy, you have Bob on your notes. I added a weasel. We're using a weasel's stat sheet or something for that. I think it should be on D&D Beyond on your notes on your inventory or something like that. I can find it for you.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll find it. Or extras. It's on extras. I found it.
Oh,
Okay.
extras. Okay. Weasel, yeah.
10. I believe that misses, right? What's your AC, Syndra?
14.
Yeah, it misses. So, Bob just... and he bites the cloth of her armor and rips it out.
Bob. Okay. Well, let's see until morning. She's probably fine. I'm just worried, but she's fine. She's fine. She's fine. She's fine. So I'll just repeat she's fine while I go back to Sakrin. She's fine. She's fine. She's fine.
Sagrin, while she's going back to you and you move your eyes for literally 2 seconds, like 0.5 seconds to look at Tuna, and you then look back in front of you. Right at the edge of the camp, just at the edge of the light, you see with the 21 what looks to be a brain about this size with 4 legs. And it's just standing there and sort of facing you, I would say.
Tuna? Do you see
Yeah.
that shit?
No. Watch it.
There's a brain with legs.
You see it now, Tuna.
Oh. Oh no.
Okay, let's go wake up the others.
Okay. Sagrin? No, not Sagrin. Syndra?
As you guys sort of move to go wake up the others, you see the brain moves back a little bit.
He's scared of us.
Yeah, but I'm scared of him as well, so let's just wake the rest up. I go to Zizi, and I go like on the shoulder. Zizi, wake up!
What?
There's a brain!
Yes, there's 4 of us here.
No, there's a brain. Just a brain with legs. Staring at us.
Yes, you're a brain with legs. What? And then I look at it. Oh,
It's no longer
There's a
there.
brain with legs.
There's nothing there.
oh. Where's the brain with legs then?
It's gone now, but it's there, okay? It's still there, somehow. We all must be up. I can't deal with this shit alone. Okay.
Can you wake up Syndra? She's kind of dead.
She's not dead. She's
Oh.
Syndra.
Oh, I see.
You might not want to watch this.
Okay.
Then I'll just forgive me, Nightbringer, for what I'm about to do. And then I slap her again.
You wake up with another slap, Syndra.
Yeah.
You motherfucker! I told you to don't do that. What the fuck do you want?
So they say they saw a brain with legs. So yeah. They told me to wake you up because they thought you were dead and you were cold and not breathing. So
I am cold and I don't breathe when I sleep. Just let me sleep. And there's no fucking rain.
There is a brain in this forest. I told you this forest is freaky as hell. I'm not okay here,
Why
so
didn't you kill it then?
I can't kill shit, alright? I
We
have
have two
two
daggers.
single daggers. I'm grumpy. I need to sleep. And there's a freaking brain with legs. I don't want to have to deal with it alone. So let's just.
Don't cry, Sagrin. Don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry, okay? I just need sleep and not have to deal with a freaking brain.
Okay,
That's all.
so
mean, but-
you
but-
woke us up to what? Now the brain's gone.
Well, now let's all stare at it into the blackness of the forest and just hope it shows up.
Okay,
Um,
I'm gonna take a look then.
Can we, since we have dark vision, can we look further than them and
You can.
look around for it?
Both of you roll perception check for me. Both Zizi and Syndra.
Why are you laughing?
Perception, right?
Yeah, perception.
It's a normal roll.
Yeah, normal
right?
roll. Normal roll.
I got a 19.
Okay.
13.
All right. You guys do see some bushes moving right in front of you. Sort of like I would say about 40 feet ahead of you. It's still pretty far, but it's like straight ahead of you. You see some movement in the brushes, and then something jumps out of the brushes right towards you, and you see this strange little sort of owl-faced bear creature that is sort of very tiny and just sits there and looks at you.
Just the two of us? Or all of us?
All of you. It's about 20 feet away from you, just staring.
Ah.
Hi, cutie!
Does anyone know what
It jumps
kind of
away
creature
instantly.
it is? Okay.
Oh. I think you're right, Tuna. I think he's really scared of us. But we
Yeah.
should
Not
keep
brain.
our guards up. It's not a brain,
No.
That wasn't.
but we saw a brain.
I think you're delusional.
Yeah, I didn't see any brain, and my dark vision allows me to see further away, and there wasn't a brain.
Okay.
And then I look at Sagar and I'm like, I don't see any brain here too.
Okay.
Well, I saw it too, so I don't know. Maybe we're
You were
just
sleepy.
Yeah, we're probably just sleepy, Sagrin.
Okay.
Sagrin,
So what's
as you're looking around, on the tree to your left, above the tree, you see the brain right there.
Oh my god, it's the freaking brain, guys! It's right there!
As you look
Where?
at it, all of you, it's not there.
There is no brain there.
Guys, I'm going back to sleep. And I go back to sleep.
That's a nice trick for us to not rest, and you do.
I just ignore everything and I I pretend I'm already asleep.
Alright. Tuna, roll an intelligence saving throw for me, please.
Oh no.
Alright. You sense something close by. There's some mental psychic influence around you. It doesn't seem to be close, but it seemed to be trying to reach out into your brain. But since it's quite distant, it didn't manage to grasp anything, but you feel it sort of pulling your head into its direction. You don't
I rolled
know.
an 8, by the way.
Yeah,
I forgot to do.
it's fine. You don't know exactly where. It's just like it just keeps pushing you like forward away from the camp.
Well, I just think to myself, I wanna go, but I shouldn't. Sagrin is there. I shouldn't go without Sagrin. But I won't. Hmm. No, I'm gonna stay here. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay.
All right.
Bob, are you with me? Bob? Okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. We'll just wait for the morning. And we go. We go. Yes.
All right, Smeagol. So just as you finally finish your watch, there's still one watch left. Who is going to take the final watch?
Oh.
You'll go
I'm
back?
going back to sleep.
I'm still sleeping.
Tuna completed the rest of the watch, and nobody died, so I guess it went fine. So, Zizi, I'm gonna need you to roll another perception check for me.
Oh lordy. It's a 14.
All right. So, as sort of night begins to finally turn into day, into the sort of the early hours, and you manage to get a better vision of what's around in the forest, you look now on the ground right where Sagrin had first pointed. There was a brain there. You see this rock about this size with 4 like wooden sticks that are or roots that are almost attached to it, and it's right there in the same spot where she had pointed. There was a brain with 4 legs, and it seems, you know, it seems like a brain with 4 legs. Maybe.
Okay. Since I saw that, I also want to check the tree where she also pointed, where there was the second appearance of the brain.
As you
To see if there was something similar.
Yeah, you see a fruit with sort of 4 little leaves that are coming down of this like strange pinkish fruit that you're not familiar with.
Okay. All right. I'll go wake them all up. Probably wake up Sindra first, so they have to witness another.
The holy
violence.
slap.
Yeah. The hand of God.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this time I'll just, instead of massive slapping her, I'll just increase the slap intensity.
You're just gonna go.
Yeah.
All right. You
With
managed
both
to.
hands, like...
You're gonna slap her head around with both hands.
Yeah.
Well, as you begin doing that, you just see her head is like super limp on your hands, like moving like from side to side. It almost looks like at some point you might have broken her neck, but then she wakes up and her neck's like the muscles activate and she rises up from sleep.
And I ask for forgiveness.
No, you cannot. I will burn you alive someday.
It's not your forgiveness, it's for the Nightbringer.
If you keep doing that, you will have to ask way more from him.
Okay, do you want to wake her both up and, you know, maybe exert some, you know, slapping? I don't know.
You wake them up. You already got me grumpy.
Okay, and then I'll just push Sagrin. And, hey, are you there?
Yeah. Is it day?
Yeah, it's starting to be day.
Oh, it's not day yet. Okay.
It's
Can I
day.
pray? Fine.
About last night, I was checking the, you know, where you said you saw a brain. That was just a rock with 4 sticks. And in the tree, it was just a fruit with 4 leaves, so...
No. No, it was a braid.
Yes.
No, it was a braid.
Then I grabbed her by the hand.
You didn't see it,
Yes.
right? During the night, and I did. It was a braid.
It is a rock.
It is a brain.
You see that there is a rock indeed there, Sagrin.
Yeah, this is a rock, but there was a brain.
Well, I think either you were sleepy and you were seeing things, or your brain is, forgive me, Nightbringer, fucked up.
Or there was some creature just joking with me last night, with me and with Tuna, and you didn't see it.
Could
And
it,
now there's something here. There's a rock here.
could it be something related to the kills we did yesterday? They had some kind of psychic things going on.
They were my friends once. Yeah,
Yeah, they were not.
they
But
were
okay.
for a bit.
They weren't my friends too. But then we killed them. I don't get it.
I didn't kill them. I couldn't.
I didn't either, but
Not-
Tuna did. He's still
Okay.
asleep.
Yeah, there was a brain. There was a brain. Okay, I'll go wake up Tuna and Bob.
All right. Bob, just as you get close to Tuna, Bob instantly like rises up and you see the fur like all go up and gets all spiky, and then he realizes it's you and he just goes back to regular Bob.
What, Bob? What? Oh, hi, Siren. Hi. Let's go.
Hi. Yes.
We're going? We're
Yeah.
going. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. What do you guys want to do? You want to keep pursuing the kobolds, or do you want to get something, some supplies, or food?
I think since we're already here, we should just
Go
continue.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
if you die and starve, I'll just dress you back, I guess.
I have food. What do you mean?
We have some rations.
I came prepared. I'm independent.
Yeah.
Then
Did
let's
you
go
get
then.
your food?
Did I? Do I what?
Talking to Zizi, didn't you get your
Oh,
food?
sorry.
N-
Yeah, you
no.
denied my sleep. I'm still mad about it.
You guys
No.
are a walking catastrophe. Just waiting
Anyways.
to happen.
Like, yeah.
Anyways, since last time Tuna, was not the best candidate to lead us, please, someone else could do it. I don't know my way around these woods. Maybe Sagrin?
I don't think any of us do.
Well, she's from around here.
Sure, I guess. I wanted to sleep more, but okay.
You slept the most of
Wasn't
us.
enough.
God damn it.
She sleeps a lot, yeah.
Help us, Nightbringer.
Shut up, Tuna. Most of the time I can't sleep because you're just all snuggled up to me. Okay.
You are very warm.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys do get a long rest, by the way. So you can activate a long rest on D&D Beyond. It is
Yay.
on the top right. You can activate the long rest and take it, accept it, and you'll be fully healed and recover all of your spell slots. Since of that last fight was a bit of expensive.
Shh. Let's not talk about that.
All right, so you guys were mentioning you want to pursue the kobolds, and Sagrin would be leading this search. So Sagrin, if you don't mind, please, I'm going to have you roll a survival check, and then after that, please roll a d4 for me.
Okay. So survival.
Yeah.
11 and a d4. A single one, right?
Yeah, single d4.
3.
A 3. All right. Let me calculating. All right. Interesting. Okay. So you guys begin moving through the forest, led by Sagrin, as you sort of walk about the loose dirt and hopping above all of the all of the roots of these like huge trees that are here. You keep detecting these like small patches of glowing trees or glowing leaves, glowing flowers that remind Tuna of home once again. They seem to be popping out randomly out throughout the forest. And then, Sagrin, as you are leading them, sort of like using all of the sunlight, the little sun rays that manage to peek through the tops of the trees, you see about 30 to 40 feet ahead of you what seems to be a small child at this distance. It is wearing this sort of completely white dress, and it has long black hair, and it's just facing away from you and staring forward.
See, guys? There's a brain with legs right there.
It's a child.
That's a child.
Still has a brain. Okay.
And 2 legs.
And as you all now look at it, Zizi, you can see that the child's body is a little bit translucent. Light seems to be passing through it, and you can see what's behind the child, the rest of the forest. It seems strange.
Is anyone else seeing this?
I
Her
just have-
body is like she's a ghost.
What were you saying, Sagrin?
I have a question. Just where did we go in terms of direction? Because I heard a noise throughout the night.
It wasn't towards the noise. It was in another direction. You can't be quite sure, but you memorized a little bit of the path you were taking before, and this is another one from your sense and from what you managed to gather would be a good direction to travel through this forest. Since you guys have no idea whatsoever, and your check was pretty low, you haven't found anything related to the kobolds yet, but you are driving yourselves or moving around at least semi-safely through the forest.
Okay, thank you.
I have so many questions right now. What the fuck is that?
A brain.
That's not a brain. That's a child.
Wait, does she see a brain or the child?
It's a child for all of you.
Oh. Don't mess with my brain.
Now everything Sagrin sees is a brain with 4 legs. What do you do?
Should we poke it?
I don't want to poke
Yeah,
it. That's creepy.
And she seems like a ghost.
Yeah,
I'll just stay here,
I
and
don't
you guys
think
do whatever.
poking it. It's a good idea.
By the way, I forgot to mention, but my Stronger Together is still with Syndra.
Yes, sir.
I want to cast well, get close to it and detect evil and good on it
All right.
to see if
As
anything
you-
comes up.
As you cast that, nothing comes up. As you expand your consciousness and allow the Nightbringer to grab your sight and turn it to the true nature of this being, not even the Nightbringer can ascertain what this creature is, but it doesn't seem like it's good or evil.
Okay, guys, I'll just explain that to them.
Can we get close to it and try to talk with it?
Oh wait, don't do that. I might have an idea. I can go with Bob. No,
You
not
sure?
me. Bob can go there
Oh, okay.
just to see what it's like. You need to see my surroundings, please, because I will be, not here
Sure.
Okay, we will protect you.
psychologically. So yeah,
All right, you're
you
gonna.
just see my eyes turn white, and and here I go.
Okay, you're going like that? Makes total sense.
I can. Let's go.
Okay, as you begin
With my
running
tongue out.
frantically with the little ferret Bob taking his consciousness, you guys see that her eyes go white and she almost like leans up against Sagrin as she focuses her consciousness into Bob. As you approach this creature, and you then you get about 15 feet close to it, or the creature would be 15 feet away from you. From Bob's perspective, it looks like a fucking giant, but since you're in his head, it's a child, but you're about 15 feet away from it. Do you want to get closer?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. If Bob dies, he dies.
Are you gonna go like around it, or are you just gonna sneak up closer?
I'll just sneak up, like through the side.
Mm-hmm.
Just look up to see if I can see its face.
Okay.
I don't mean to disturb it, the thing.
Got it.
I just want to see if he can just look at it and then go away really fast.
Gotcha. So as you move sneakily with Bob, can you roll a stealth check for Bob for me, please? You can just roll a d20 and we'll add his modifiers. I have it here. He has a +5 to his stealth. If you want to just roll.
Should I do it?
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
12?
Since you're inside of him, just add a d20. Roll a d20 and we'll add +5.
Right. 20.
Yeah.
16.
All right, +5. That's 21. That's pretty high for a fucking ferret. But it sneaks around it, and as do you keep like looking at it as Bob is sneaking? Does Bob's eyes just look at her as you're moving around it?
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't take his eyes off the creature.
It looks like the image that you're seeing is turning with you, and you only see the back of the head of this child as Bob moves around it.
Okay.
It's creepy.
Doesn't react to you.
Okay. I'll just go back a little bit.
Bob moves
and
back.
Go really fast upwards and jump through the creature.
All right. You jump through, and you guys see from a distance Bob just whee jumping through like it's the knee of the kid. Bob jumps through the knees and lands on the other side, and as you are going through, your consciousness fades from Bob and you're pulled back to you, and as that happens, the creature's head, the child's head, turns to all of you while the body stays still, and then the body rotates into position, and the kid is just staring at you, and you see the long black hair sort of falling down her face, scraggly, and what seems to be a deep gash on her throat with dark blood sort of still oozing through it.
Can I call Bob? Bob, come here really fast.
Bob disappears from where he is and appears right next to you.
That was scary. He doesn't remember a thing from...
But he's still scared.
Okay. Can you guys see that? You guys see that, right? You guys
That's
see
You
that?
all see that.
freaky.
That's giving me chills, and that's hard. Shush.
Can we go?
We can try just to go through under the path.
Well, she's 15 feet away, right?
No, she was 15 feet away from
Oh,
Bob
from
when you
Bob.
were. She's about like I would say now she's about like 40 feet away from you guys. 40
I
to
just scream,
45.
Hi.
The creature lifts her hand and waves.
It's friendly.
Oh. Or
You
maybe
cannot
trap
assume
again.
that.
Are you friendly? Oh god, that's creepy.
That's a no.
That's a no. Well,
Or maybe
we don't want to harm you.
She
wanna
continues
help.
to turn her head, like almost impossibly, as her chin reaches a 90-degree angle, and then she rotates her head completely back into the original position. She begins
you talk?
extend. As you say that, she extends her hand to you.
Oh god.
send Bob again.
No, he might die.
You just said it was okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it can talk through Bob? I don't know.
She takes a step forward and extends her hand to you.
Monkish.
To anyone in specific, or
Just in your direction. You can't tell from where you are.
Okay, I don't like her, but or it.
I point to Tuna. Is she who you want?
The creature turns her head again.
It's freaking creepy. Jesus.
If you're friendly, raise your arms.
She turns her head.
She maybe she only knows how to say hi.
If you're not friendly, then turn your head.
She just turns her head.
She's
Oh,
not
shit.
friendly, guys.
Oh, no.
Guys, let's get the fuck up.
She takes another step forward and extends both hands.
Oh no.
Maybe
Okay, let's
she wants
get
a
out,
hug.
please.
She
Go
wants a
hug
hug.
her
Then go,
hug.
Sagrin. Be my
Go ahead.
guest.
Should I? Maybe.
Are you seriously thinking about it?
At this point, maybe.
Okay,
Then please be my guest.
can I create? I know I can't. Like a minor illusion as a bird or something.
You can around in your hand or close to her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. Like a really cute bird.
What color?
Yellow.
A yellow bird, like a tiny one?
Yeah.
Or like an eagle?
No. I don't think I can do that.
You can't. Okay, so you make a little tiny yellow bird, and as it flies around her, she looks at it, and you see like a smile on her face as she reaches her hands towards the bird.
Oh, she's happy. But she's not friendly.
You don't know. Maybe
She
she
just-
doesn't understand. But she knows this gesture. I don't know. We should go
She
there.
knows the word hi.
Tuna, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Are you guys go up to her?
Okay.
Oh,
I'll,
Lord.
I'll just put myself in her shoulder, like
Mm-hmm.
always, kind of careful. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
As you guys begin approaching, you see that she is about Sagrin's size, since Sagrin is a halfling. She's a little bit shorter still. And as you guys approach, she extends her hands to you, Sagrin.
Hi.
Do you want a hug?
She turns her head.
Do you want food?
She turns her head.
Do you want Bob?
love?
She turns her head confusingly.
Oh, that was different. Maybe Bob is the answer. Bob, go.
I
No.
don't think she knows what the
Bob
fuck
doesn't
is
do
Bob.
only responds to Tuna, so he just snarls at you, Sagrin. As you say that, he just goes.
Mm,
Tuna, what do we do? Do we touch?
we can just
Let's
raise a
touch.
hand.
I think if we should be dead, we'd be gone at this point. Let's just touch the poor kid. Maybe it's trying to find its mommy.
You're his
her
mommy.
dead
It
while
goes.
it's dead. It died trying to find its mommy. I'll touch.
You touch her?
before
Yeah?
you touch, I'm behind her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, before you touch, I cast bless on her, just in case.
All right. Holy shit, you have a D40 saving throws in your attack rolls. Alright. As you are about to touch her, you feel this influence on the back of your head, Sagrin, as this strange warmth and purple glow take hold of you with Azizi's bless. And as you begin touching her hands, you see that her index finger materializes, and she wraps her hands around your shoulders and back, and without you even feeling a single ounce of weight, she is now piggyback riding on you. And as you look at her hand going sort of around your or down your shoulder, you see her right index finger materialized, this like pale green rotten color and full of blood, with her nails removed, or her nail removed, but and full of like cuts and gashes. But she is piggyback riding around your back.
Is she trying to like get something?
It's just yeah, it's just piggyback riding.
I move towards the rest of the group.
It follows you,
Like,
piggyback riding.
Yeah, I just turn around and I say, "Hey guys, I got a new backpack."
Does your backpack speaks now?
Hey, do you speak?
You hear in your head this echoing voice that just says, "Find Mom."
Guys, I was freaking right. We gotta find the mom. I can hear it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh.
Any clues he might provide on where her mom is?
You know where your mom is?
You hear the voice begin to echo again, and sort of like slowly building in your head into this strange screech. "Mom killed me!" And then it fades as the echo moves away.
Oh, so mom is not good. Okay, gotcha. So,
Bitch.
yeah. This kid didn't die in a peaceful way, I think.
You can see from the blood.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tuna? Yes. So I think we gotta find the mom, but she won't be nice. She won't have cookies for us.
And the voice once again begins bellowing in your brain that says, "Bring home. Then kill Mom."
The child wants us to kill mom. Great.
Well,
Just what I needed today.
I don't like that idea of killing innocent people.
she's
Without
not
knowing
innocent.
it.
She killed her own child. Who knows who else she killed?
As Zizi is saying this, her head turns back in her body and turns again to the side, looking at Zizi. And her neck extends outward from her shoulders, and her eyes are just focused on him. As she slowly turns her head, and you hear in your brain again, Sagrin, "Bring home. Then kill Mom."
Yes, I heard it.
And her head slowly goes back to the position, and a smile curls on her lips.
Do you have a name? I wanna call you, by your name.
You once again hear in the back of your head, "Olivia."
Olivia.
But Sagrin
It's
heard
Sagrin,
it.
okay.
Olivia.
Hi, Olivia. We're gonna find your mom. We're gonna kill her.
Are you sure,
Nothing
Tuna?
else.
Yeah, why not? I mean, she trusts us to kill the mom.
Maybe the kid is worse than the mom. We don't know. Maybe the kid was a freaking brat. We don't know.
You're a freaking brat.
She's kind of scary. I don't know.
Can we
If
proceed?
you leave her here, she might kill you.
I mean, it's my backpack now, so I don't think I have a choice.
Yeah. Seems
What do you
like
guys wanna do?
Seems like we gotta do what she tells us to.
Can you tell us where her
then-
mommy is?
You hear once again the back of your head. Bring home. Mother is home.
Where is your home, Olivia?
No answer.
Can we see what race she was?
Maybe she's
Looks
from
human.
Brenswick.
Looks human. Okay.
Maybe she's from Brenswick. I mean, it's the closest thing around, right?
Maybe. Can we
Maybe.
see? Can we see if she has anything more interesting in her body?
Roll an investigation check for me.
22.
Aside from the deep gash on her throat, you also see gashes, like very deep cuts that they're almost skinning her body as you see the blood marks like drag around the white dress. Now that you're closer to her, the people around your back can actually see it better. There are these like bleeding marks that come down from her chest down to her stomach. And then you also notice that all of her fingers, although only one is materialized, all of her fingers have the nails ripped off, and her hands are full of gashes and cuts. One of her hands, the left hand, actually has a stab wound that goes through the hand. And you see the blood on her hand as well.
Does she weigh anything
No.
on my back?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Weightless.
So I have some questions. I wonder why the kid is practically a ghost, minus one of the fingers, which leaves me to wonder if the mom killed the child and then is storing a little piece of a finger as a trophy and then ate the rest of the body. I don't know, some nasty
Or
stuff.
tortured her
Yeah.
before killing.
Yeah. The kid doesn't know where home is. So, I don't know what you want to do. During the night, I heard some noise to some other direction of the forest. We can try going there. Can try continue going this direction and see if we find something.
I also heard the tree falling, but I couldn't pinpoint exactly where, though.
I didn't hear anything. Well,
mean-
but she was looking at a certain direction, right?
Yeah. We can try going there.
It's
Yeah, we
like-
can try and look for
or-
a house there. Maybe she lived in the woods?
She lived.
Olivia, did you live here?
This time, there's a cold sensation that goes up your neck, and you hear once again, "Bring home. Kill Mom."
Oh my gosh, now it's cold. This kid is just repeating itself, so we should just try and go.
Yeah, we can go in the direction that he was facing. Maybe on the way we also find a kobold somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
a 2-on-1.
Okay,
Let's go.
so continue going forward.
All right. You guys continue moving forward. I would say for at least like 30 minutes or something, where it's just forest and thick brushes and vines and suddenly you notice, Sagrin, as you're walking, that the child that was once around your back has turned almost completely invisible. But you still feel her and you still see the materialized finger sort of from the hand that was around your or down your shoulders. You still see that a little bit of that hand and the materialized finger, but her entire figure seems to have sort of grown dimmer, or sort of hid away in a sense. I will say, whoever is, are you still leading this next phase of the trip, Sagrin? Are you still moving ahead?
I stop
Mm-hmm.
and I go to the rest of the group and I say, the kid is kind of fading. I don't know if we're going into the right direction.
You think
Yeah,
the
seems
right
like not.
direction would be the one where he would materialize more instead of fading?
Maybe we can try going a little bit back and see if it turns to normal or what it used to be.
As you're having this conversation, you see that now she begins once again taking her more noticeable figure around your arms. She still is there. Doesn't seem to be fading in that sense. You get the notion that perhaps she is hiding away.
Oh, okay.
Well, seems like she's back.
Maybe we are going in the right direction and she's afraid of her mom, so she's
Maybe.
kind of hiding.
Yeah.
Don't
Well-
worry, Olivia.
I won't lead much more because I'm tiny and I am most of the times the mom. I'm just carrying all of these different creatures. So yeah, I'll stay in the back. Someone wants to keep going forward, I'll happily follow.
Who's taking the lead?
I can step forward.
Roll a survival check for me, Estera. Or Azizel.
Oh no.
Alright,
I fell in a branch.
I'm gonna ask you guys something. Are you guys moving sneakily, or are you guys just walking randomly in this part of the trip? Now that you've moved quite deep into the forest and are not just at, the outer edges.
I think we should move more carefully. We don't know what.
More
I mean,
aware of
yeah,
our
the mom, the
surroundings.
kobolds,
Mhm.
another psychic creatures, something like that.
A brain.
Yeah.
Alright. Then I will say this. First, before I make you roll, Tuna, are you flying alone or are you hanging out with Sagrin?
I'm with Sagrin.
You're on her coat?
Mhm.
Alright, so...
Before we move,
Yeah.
I want to extend my other 2 blessings to both Witch, and I think I can do that to myself.
It would have gone already. It lasts a minute. So Bless would have ended already.
Okay, then extend to Sagrin.
Oh, so you're going to cast the spell again?
Yeah.
Alright, you're going to cast the spell again as you guys are moving. It lasts only a minute. Remember that.
1 minute of stealth. I don't know.
It wouldn't help with stealth. What would help with
Okay.
stealth would be guidance.
Oh yeah, sorry, that one.
You can touch
Oh, it's
people.
just one. I wanna touch Syndra
Alright, you give guidance to Syndra.
in
So,
her shoulder.
That doesn't sound right.
okay guys, come on. Let's be grown-ups here, alright? We're all
It's
adults.
impossible with you.
Alright, fair enough. So, that being said, Sagrin, Azizi, and Syndra, please roll stealth checks for me. And Syndra, after you roll your stealth check, you can add 1d4 to it. You can roll a d4 on roll 20. But first, the stealth check
Okay.
from all of you guys. Regular.
9.
18.
How does
On roll 20, on the virtual tables,
Yeah.
up to the left, you see the little toolbar. There's a dice symbol there, and then you just click d4 and roll it. So it's
Which one though? There's like numbers on it.
yeah,
2,
just the
3,
one,
4,
just one,
5.
just one. Click just the thing that says
okay.
D4.
Okay. Got it.
A 1. So a total of 7 to your stealth. All right. Okay. So
So like,
as you guys are moving stealthily, quote unquote, through the forest, Zizi is sort of like being very careful, and you see him move forward and past everything. And at some point, he like pushes like a tree branch away from his face, and as he drops it, poof, straight in Syndra's face, and Syndra lets out a little bit of a yelp, a little bit of that echoes a little bit farther into the forest. You continue moving until you begin, Zizi. You're the only one that hears this for now, unless you call everybody else. You hear noises, I would say, ahead of you. Sort of more towards the left side. You begin hearing these noises as you are approaching, and you hear talking. These like screeching, strange voices. Looks like I don't know. It looks like children yelping and crying and whimpering in these in this strange language that you, I believe, do not understand. Let me see if you do. I can't say what it is. Let me see if you do. You don't.
Well, I share with the group, guys, I'm hearing some weird noises to the left. I don't know what on earth are those, but they seem like, I don't know, demon children? I don't know. Help.
can you recognize the language?
Unfortunately, I don't. They seem like, just talking gibberish in some weird language. I'm not sure, but what they could be, though. Should we move on or take a look at it?
Maybe get a bit closer, but
We can get a little
Carefully.
bit closer and see if Olivia knows them.
Can you ask it, Sagrin, to your best friend?
Well, she cannot hear it right now, so we need to get closer. Only you, right?
Sagrin?
You guys cannot hear any of these noises. You hear movement, but you can't tell what if it's creatures talking. It's just a lot of movement. There's like things shifting.
I think we can get a bit closer so you guys hear what I'm hearing, and we try to figure this out.
Okay.
All right. So you guys move closer.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, as you guys sort of begin to move closer to this location, since Zizi is the one leading, please roll a perception check for me, if you don't mind.
Perception.
Yeah. So,
Natural one.
as you are moving closer, you see sort of these boulders, these big rocks to your side, and you think you can sort of get a good look if you sneak around and just peek through to where the noise is coming from. And it is about, I would say, right now it's like 60 feet, maybe a little farther than 60 feet. And as you sort of push away the brushes, you see an encampment of sorts. There are tents, and there are creatures moving about, and the branch that you hold snaps, and part of it just plunges into your eye as it closes, and you yell. And just as you yell from that pain, you sense the movement and the whimpering. Intruders! Intruders! And everyone there's a big commotion of noise around you as you sense movement heading towards you alone at that edge, as a cluster of creatures that you can't quite see moves forward, and you sense them, I would say, about 20 to 25 feet from you, but nothing else happens. You guys, let me just arrange this really quickly, because we will have some visual perspective of this. You guys see a group of a green-skinned kobolds. There are 5 of them surrounding Zizi, and sadly for you, due to your stealth checks, as you guys are moving forward to see what happened to Zizi, you all reveal yourselves and are now facing 5 kobolds who are angrily like moving daggers and spinning their stones in the air to throw at you. And they seem to be avoiding an attack, a direct attack at you. What do you guys do?
Guys, what are those?
I think it's time to fight.
No, I just pop my head out. Hi, we're friendly.
I don't think they are.
Boss! Boss! And they're just yelling boss, all of them in unison, these 5 kobolds, as they don't seem quite sure what to do against you guys.
We don't want to fight. We just want to talk.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Oh no. Oh. Oh yes, 17.
17. As you say that, one of them, get the boss. You don't move. No move.
Okay, we won't.
And one of them moves back through sort of the whole encampment. You see like some tents and even a campfire, as they seem to have been eating. And as you guys peer through, Zizi, you now gathering your sight back, you can see to the left, like raised up on this like smaller hill, there's like a bigger tent, and coming out of it as this other kobold runs forward, comes a kobold with a spear, sort of like this wooden stick with what seems to be a tooth stuck on top of it or tied on top of it. He has a little leather cap, green scales as well, and a shield that looks like a turtle's back. And he begins moving forward, as behind him you see another one, a familiar kobold with these like fake wooden wings, with cloth that, you know, they're just pretend dragon wings from a really bad cosplay. And as he moves forward, you see him spinning fire on his hands, with as well green scales. And this boss figure moves sort of into your space, and he goes, Are you from... Who are you?
You guys talk.
Who are you?
We're in a field trip. Yeah.
Speak
heard it,
plain.
Speak what?
Plainly.
Child? Get mom.
This one crazy. No child. What child?
They can see the child on her back. Seems like not.
No. I just pop out. Hi.
His child.
Hi. We're friends.
Friends of who?
Your friends.
Long time no see, yeah. Been some good years.
Don't play. Don't play.
Did you hear any child get killed here? No?
No.
Okay.
What you do?
Sagrin.
Oh, look. That's easy.
Isn't this the camp we needed to find of kobolds?
Maybe.
I
Mr.
whispered
Kobold,
this, I thought.
we walk forest. I just whispered to
Mister.
Sagrin. I would just want to whisper to Sagrin. We should kill the boss.
Yeah, we
Okay.
should.
Can we
Yeah.
see how many they are?
There are 5 next to you, the boss, another one that is currently weaving a spell, but has not released it yet, and you can spot that there are, around that tent where the boss came from, there are 2 more that stand guard there.
So 18 total.
And the boss figure goes, You walk forest? Search of what?
Flowers.
Roll
My
a deception check. All of you that just said that, roll deception check. And I'm gonna say, since ZZ was uncoordinated, ZZ, you roll it with disadvantage.
Okay, wait.
I rolled a 4.
No, I get lucky.
Holy shit. Alright, so with disadvantage, an 18, and for Syndra, 22. They go, Well, okay. We take you prisoner.
You who?
You? Oh, you? We more. We take you prisoner.
No, we
Right.
take you prisoner.
But
We stronger. But we stronger.
No, we're more. We have ghosts with us. You can't see clearly.
He looks back at the one with the spell, and the one with the spell goes, I know. I don't know. Could be bullshit. No, we more.
Do you know math?
Show your friends.
It's right here on my backpack. As my backpack. On my back. Not my backpack.
You cuckoo.
No, you're
Another-
cuckoo. You don't know math, clearly.
Math? What math?
See? See? We're clearly the strong ones here, so you come with us as our
Is math
prisoners.
God?
Yes, and we know math.
Math evil God?
No, powerful one.
Kinda evil too, though.
Okay. I don't like powerful God.
What do you like?
Your mom. As you
I was waiting for that.
as you sort of see behind them now, the other kobolds are getting increasingly nervous, and you see them sort of like their hands are trembling at what's happening right now, and one of them moves towards the boss, and sort of touches him, and he goes, "What?" And they begin talking in this language that you don't understand. It seems a very aggressive language.
While this is happening,
Yeah.
I just go to the rest of the group while whispering and say, guys, you're super, super stupid, okay? So just try to break their freaking brain with something.
We should just destroy them, though.
They're a lot. Okay, our battles haven't gone very well to this point. I'm at
The
fault.
captain asked us to do so, though.
They seem
Even
to follow their
us.
boss though, so if we strike the boss down, they would be, lost on what to do.
The sorcerer seems to be looking at you intently as you guys are having this conversation. He begins to move forward slowly.
Is he still casting?
Yeah, he's still holding something in his hands.
Can I also do the same?
You can. What are you holding?
Fireball.
You're gonna hold a firebolt?
Yeah.
Okay. You begin doing the same thing. Are you staring at him?
Yeah.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
Oh no.
Bitch.
Okay. As you do that, and he begins to see this pale blue flame circle around your hands, he lets go of what he was holding and just now stares at you.
Oh yeah, bitch.
And begins moving back. The boss, at this point, addresses you. You! Listen! We... afraid.
We can see that, yeah.
Of what?
Of home. We find new home.
Why?
Home no longer safe.
Where is your home? Where was your home?
Home in caves.
What happened?
Why isn't it safe?
No, we not trust you. How we trust you?
We can try to scare the thing that's turning your caves not safe.
You can't. Too little of you.
We can
After-
try.
We got our god, remember that.
That's why you attacked us.
We no attack.
In Brenswick.
Zan attack. Zan impatient. Zan
was
scared
Zan?
of forest. Zan was magic. Fire.
Was?
Yes, he not come back. He said he attack minds of human.
And I whisper, maybe it's the guy we killed that was up that cave or stone,
Maybe.
and we struck him down.
We no
Oops.
attack. We only defend we.
That's nice.
You have weapons?
To defend ourselves, yes.
Drop weapons ground now.
You do the same then.
No, we will not drop our weapons.
We
But we can try.
We not drop weapons.
We won't drop either.
We are not here to kill you.
Kinda hard though.
How?
Well,
how
they were
me?
bad, yeah.
How me sure you not kill?
If we wanted to kill you, you will already be dead. I
No,
would fire the
you
fireball.
noisy. You know not how move forest. We heard you.
True.
We could kill you.
I think so.
We many more.
No, we are. We have math on our side.
Yeah,
Bingo.
we have the
That
god.
is only one.
But he's a powerful evil god.
We more than one. More than you.
Look,
Can you
Mr.
show us your
Tired
cave?
of him.
Cave very far.
How far? Point us.
Where to?
Where cave? And he looks back at all of the other kobolds. And all of them point in a different direction. Cave there. So, you help us. We
Do what?
afraid. We only want place to live.
But you guys can't attack the humans. You can't attack other people that lives nearby.
We do not want to attack. We want live.
Is there any other guy that is like Zen? If I'm not mistaken, this was the name.
Not here. Our guy good. Zan very stupid.
What if we help you get the other ones home?
No.
And you would stay there.
No. We not go back. We die.
Oh no, we would take care of that for you.
But we not safe here. Big owl bear. Big.
The brain, right? The brain.
What brain?
No, owl
Yeah.
bear.
No, the brain.
Big owl bear. Big spike fly creature. We not
When-
safe.
When does it show? At night? Or when does it attack?
It not attack us yet. We good at moving forest undetected. Unlike you, stupid, tall ones. Not you, you're tiny, and you too. The other two.
Hey. I'm clumsy.
Can you give us a
You-
second, Mr. Kobold?
You give us safety. Bring us your home. We stay home. We not hurt anyone.
We don't have a home.
Where you come from then?
We traveling.
Ah,
We are on a journey.
hey,
Journey? Journey. Yeah.
I know not journey. Word complicated.
We walk from far.
Oh, we walk from far too.
Home, not here.
Home not here too.
Precisely.
You can
So-
stay at your home. We will go away.
No, we can't go home.
No, this is your new home. We are going away.
No, this is not home. We die.
Die from what?
Owl
The
bear.
bear.
Oh,
Oh god damn it, fucking owlbear.
Do you
When
need
does it attack?
like
Yeah. Could
he
attack
hasn't
now.
attacked?
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tonight.
What do you
What if-
need to make your new house? Like caves?
We need safety. Wood's not safe.
Then go.
Would you come with us? Do you want to come with us?
You take us safe home? To your home.
Well, we have to talk to the others because we're not the bosses like you.
Yes, I'm boss.
Yes, you're a boss.
No, my name is boss.
Oh, so you're not the boss?
I the boss.
You're the boss
One-
of everyone?
I'm
Are you in charge? Do you?
me charge into battle, yes.
Okay.
no battle, no battle.
Not now.
We friends, we friends.
You command kobolds?
Me cobalt.
Are you a dad?
Me dad.
So
You
we need to talk
leader?
to our dad.
Oh, family important.
Yes. So if we talk to our dad, we can come here again and tell you if you can
No.
live with us.
No, we leave with you now.
Or do you stay? You stay here in the forest?
We
No,
make
no,
you
no.
prisoner if you leave.
We don't leave. We just make it safe. We kill owlbear.
More than one owlbear.
We kill more than one owlbear.
But we need to find it.
There are many
them.
owlbear in forest. Forest
Just
is
let them-
owlbear place. Owlbear home.
Do you know if there's any cabin close? A
Ooh.
house?
Yes, tent house.
God damn it. Did you find any wood house?
Wood
Close.
house? No,
Yes.
no wood house. Many owlbear. At least. Many.
Yeah, he
No
doesn't know math. What now, guys?
Boss,
I don't
can you
know.
give us 1 minute so we talk?
1 minute.
Tunas? You can keep looking at us.
You hear him
Okay.
ask something in another language to the sorcerer to the side, and he answers in that strange language again. But you guys don't know what it is.
Okay,
He's
what do you
not
wanna do?
casting, is he?
No.
Okay, I look at him like, eyes on you.
How do we get rid of this?
I don't
Like
think we
they-
can. Just let them come with us, and we will find the mom and kill the mom, and they will live in her house. I guess it's the easiest way
No,
to
but
get rid of them.
that-
What, Tuna?
Okay.
I mean,
What do you wanna do,
owlbear
Tuna?
seems dangerous. I would be afraid of owlbear. Even with a house, it's probably not safe.
Yeah, but they are safer. There's too many owlbears for us to hunt them all.
And if the forest is the owlbear's home, it's normal that they are trying to see who's coming up.
Should I try to deceive them with some kind of protection spell, which kind of doesn't exist?
Or we can kill.
But there's
We can
They're
kill.
literally
Chewing.
innocent. That's even
I don't care.
don't want to kill
gonna
them.
get
I'm just
money.
threatening them.
and they were not the ones causing the attacks.
All that fuss.
I'll do whatever you want. I just want my money.
Of course you do. Then I roll up my eyes.
It's easy.
Okay, let's try to I don't know. Fake a protection spell with dancing lights. We just make some dancing lights around them to like, look, the god of math just protects you now. This place, I don't know. I don't want to imps around us. Kobolds, I mean.
And lizards.
And I don't want to kill them either, so
Yeah, I guess I can cast dancing lights.
okay. Then let's just try to deceive them.
They have a kind of a sorcerer as well. He might know the spell.
Actually, true. He probably knows.
I don't think I have a solution for this, to be honest.
Well, he doesn't know cleric's magic, so. Or blessings, or stuff like that. So you can just.
I know what to do.
He doesn't know fairy magic as well.
Tuna. Yes.
Yeah, true.
Well, I've seen. Did I see the owlbear?
The little owlbear thing.
Yeah. Did I see, or on was only Zizi?
Only Zizi and and I am sorry, Sindra could see it because of their dark vision. It was too far away from you to see it.
Yeah, I could cast minor illusions to create one, but I didn't see it, so I get.
Well,
It was a
I can
baby
try.
one. It was like tiny. Sagrin, you know what owl bears are. They're very large bears that have feathers and an owl's head. They're a pretty common creature. They're pretty big.
Okay, Tuna,
big.
what do you want to do?
I think we can try to convince them that we're just here on a mission and we don't want to harm them, and we can go safely continue our mission. If they want to come with us, they can come with us. But we're not able to protect them. Well, we're not able to give them a home. Why are they asking us that? We're not from here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think I agree with her. I guess let them come, and we do
So-
not promise anything.
We help them, or we don't help them and they want to kill us? That's selfish.
They are selfish.
Okay, let's go talk to boss, I guess.
Hi.
Minute not over.
You don't know
we're-
math or time.
Hmm?
Yeah, true.
Strange.
Yeah, you are.
No,
nice.
you.
No, you.
Hmm?
Mm.
Hmm.
Are you guys finished?
Cuckoo.
Okay.
Cuckoo!
Her cuckoo.
You cuckoo.
Me no cuckoo. Her cuckoo.
You cuckoo. We can stay here all night.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it stays still.
I can do this all day. I have a shield.
I have magic.
I'm Captain Forrest.
Okay, so here's the deal. We cannot give you a home. You have to do that for yourself because we're not your mommy. So, we go away. You
You no go away.
unshoot yourself.
Me no let you.
Why?
Because you might help get us safe. You
Why
bring
us?
us. Because you not from here. If you not from here, you have home other place. Other place better than here. You take us other place. You from town? From human home? You take us human home. Or you take us human home dad.
Okay, if we go away, will you try to kill us? Okay, I cast magic missile.
On who?
On the mage.
On the mage? Alright,
Yeah.
roll damage please.
Azizel's like,
Alright, so I'm gonna ask you, do you guys all intend to be aggressive here? Now that she's fired the spell?
I mean, if they get aggressive, yeah.
Alright.
I'm with
I
my
mean, they
fireball.
will get aggressive.
Everyone wants to kill them, so.
Roll the damage, please. Okay, that
One.
is 1 for 3 damage.
2,
Okay, 4 damage.
3. Okay. 3, 4, 2.
All right.
I'm Tuna. I like to shoot stuff.
You look at Tuna's fingers as from her fingers all of these sort of bluish missiles, these bluish projectiles begin forming and swirling around the air before all crumbling down on top of this creature's head as it explodes poof, on top of everyone else, splattering blood all over all of the kobolds as it crumbles down onto the ground. The boss looks back.
See what we can do?
And
Okay,
he
then.
drops the shield and the spear. No, No kill. We only want home safe. We work for you.
Nice.
And you see one of the other kobolds fall down to its knees next to the other one and crying.
You feel bad, Tuna?
Yes.
Your
Tuna, are you
alignment
happy?
changes to evil.
My eyes turn red and I smile.
So, as the boss just moves back and begins sort of whimpering, "Don't kill." What do you guys do?
I'm sorry. Well, this was kind of dragging along, and I'm really hungry. So I wanted to end this fast. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But well, you can go live your life and let us go. We cannot help you.
Please just bring us home. We not stay here. We work for you. We tell you thing.
What
Then
thing?
tell us.
Bad. Our leader. Bad. Dad. No longer dad. Dad used to be strong. Dad fierce like dragon. But then Masked Man come. Masked Man talk to Dad. Masked Man change Dad. Dad talk about God. Dad talk about evil creature. Maybe Dad talk about her. And he points at Tuna. Evil creature. Kill Kobold. Kobold was scary. Kobold is scared now. Kobold live in cave, but have to leave.
But where's your dad? Where's your leader?
Far in cave. Our dad began changing other kobolds, painting eyes on their body. Eyes scary. We scared. We afraid we leave. We here now. We no harm. We just want safe.
Okay, let's try to do this. You can go to my village, to my kingdom. Fairy kingdom. Do you know fairies?
No.
We live peacefully.
You fairy?
You can try to go there. Yeah.
We know like you. You kill friend.
Well, because I'm hungry.
We kill when hungry too, but we don't kill kobold when hungry. Do you eat kobold?
Yes.
No, you don't. She eats cheese. Do you like cheese?
I take a little bit of a ration that I have on my
Mhm.
inventory and I just give it to Tuna and say, Tuna, here, just eat
Oh
this.
yes. Oh yes. Yes.
We no go to fairy. Fairy bad. Very scary.
Well, then I'm just going to eat my cheese. You guys deal with this. Bye.
You can come to the dark elf's place.
But there is orcs as well.
Shh, he doesn't know.
Okay.
What elf? What orc?
They
No
live
works.
peacefully.
Just elves.
We know. Human town close. Zan
How
want to
about-
attack. Yes.
You come with us. You go to the mines and work there and live there.
We work.
Peacefully alongside the humans.
We work, yes.
I work there. It's a good place.
Okay. We work. We come. We work.
But you can't attack anyone.
No attack.
If anyone attacks, you know what happens.
Fairy.
Yeah, the fairy
Fairy.
eats you.
Hi. Back to my teeth.
We no attack. We go with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's one problem solved. So, shall we
I know.
continue?
We
to
go.
the-
And you see all the other kobolds begin running to the tents and grabbing a bunch of shit, putting it around their bags, just random backpacks. Their little tiny feet just move around very fast, like lifting little bits of dust, and just grabbing whatever they can. The boss guy grabs his little turtle shield, puts it around his back, and he walks up to Zizi for protection.
What?
Shield protection. Turtle.
Okay.
Strong.
Okay, and then I show him my necklace. Protection.
Yours tiny. And he walks off.
Yeah, that's what she said. Sorry.
I'll just ignore the kobolds and meet up with the rest of the group. And okay, so shall we deal with the ghost problem now?
Yeah.
The question is how, but yeah.
Can you?
We
don't know.
continue going to the same
Yeah.
direction as we were going. Like she was hiding on your back.
Yeah.
She's still there, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of you can see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Can you maybe ask Olivia just to point?
Olivia can hear you.
Okay, Olivia. Can you do a favor and just point where your house is, or
Home,
home
home.
is, or where Bad Mama is?
The finger lifts and points in a direction. Sort of.
Thank you.
I would say from where you guys are facing now, facing their camp, the finger begins pointing to your left and back.
Let's
Here we go.
All right, you guys going that direction?
Yeah.
Field
The,
trip with the kobolds.
the
Let's
kobolds,
go.
the kobolds, all walk behind you. Home, new home, new home, new home. And they all just in a single file keep on walking behind you. And one of them kind of moves forward up to the group, and he says, "You know way home?
Yeah, we know. New home.
Home, home, home." And he begins walking ahead of you. All right, you guys follow the direction of the finger. Are you just following the finger, where the finger pointed? You're not taking any turns?
Like in leading, or
Yeah. Do you want to lead anything, or if you're just following the finger?
I'm just following the finger, but keeping an eye open on the surroundings.
All right. Another one of the kobolds, the one that was crying, he moves up to you, Zizi, and he tugs on you on your little wraps on your clothes, and he goes, "Sir,
Yes. How can I be of assistance?
friend died.
The one that the fairy killed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it.
How deal sad? How deal with sad?
I think you need to think of the good things you and your friend lived through. And in that way, maybe he will still live with you. And you won't miss him that much. And that's a way maybe he will continue to be with you.
But he did. How he be with me?
In your heart? I think you have a heart.
My heart! And he begins kind of digging at his chest.
Not physically. Not physically.
What physically?
Memories?
Memories.
Yes, memories.
But that not real. It hurt.
That's something natural, and I think you should embrace it. Everyone feels that at least a few times in their life, and that's a natural thing. And I guess that's what makes you know that he was a real friend. If you miss him that much and it hurts that much, that's something that only time can heal, not me or any kind of magic.
Math god.
About that. Math god cannot do those kind of miracles either.
Math gods suck.
Yeah.
Think.
I can give you a hug if you want to.
No,
If
no
you-
touch.
No? Okay.
Think, tall man.
You're welcome. And then I pet him.
Now that Tuna is full with cheese, she just goes out of the pocket and goes right to the kobold and hugs him and says, "I'm sorry."
Scary! No kill! No kill! No kill!
No, I'm sorry. I'm friendly. I'm sorry. And she just cries. I'm sorry. I was hungry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Tall man, help! Tall man?
Tuna, please, can you, leave the kobold? I think you're stressing him. And
Okay.
Tuna, come here.
Okay.
Come here.
I'm going.
there you
just
go,
go
little
to-
kobold.
Again to the pocket.
Yeah, like here. It's okay. You were just doing your job. it's
Bob's
fine.
crying as well.
I'm sorry.
He was a nobody, anyways. Don't worry.
Look,
I
Bob.
just crawled to the pocket.
Look, Bob. I really asked the math god for something, and then I rip a bit of my binding, and he imbued this binding with a bit of your friend's soul. So if you want to keep it, I can give you this as a gift to you.
You're giving this to the little kobold?
Yeah.
Alright. As you do that, he goes, huh? Piece of friend?
Yes. So you can keep him close.
Huh? And he ties it around his wrist. Friend close.
Yes.
Oh.
Home, new home! We're going new home! And he joins his friends again.
And Tuna just starts sobbing again. Oh my god. What did I do? I was hungry.
Alright, so as you guys continue on following, you walk for a few hours until you realize you're at the edge of the forest, at the exit, on the side where you had previously entered. And the finger continues pointing, directing towards Brenswick, where you guys came from.
Monkish.
So, are you guys moving on to Brenswick?
I think so, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're taking the
Is
crew
it a good
there.
idea to go with the kobolds?
I mean, they're
Yeah.
following us already, so
Yeah. But
Yeah, but the
what-
captain
what-
wants to kill them.
yeah, but
Wait.
we'll explain the situation beforehand. Like, I
Let's
don't know.
hope he give us time to do that.
before we reached the city, like the kobolds stayed, and
They don't need to come with us. We can just say, stay here for now. We'll be right back.
We tried that before. Didn't work.
We need to.
Well,
we
we
need
can
to talk
split.
with Dad first.
we can split. 2 of us stay with the
Daddy,
kobold. The other
please.
2 deal with the situation with Captain Garrett Stone.
I can stay. I don't want to deal with that bastard again.
I'll stay.
Okay,
Of course not.
okay, we can go. Me and Sindra.
All right.
Sindra, please behave.
Yes, Sindra, please behave.
You're one to tell me, aren't you?
Otherwise, he will be for real dead while sleeping.
Ooh.
All right, so you guys are moving to Brenswick. Once again, it takes half a day. You're gonna make it there by nightfall. All right. Okay. So, you guys move along the rolling hills of the Great Green once more, going back on the path towards Brenswick. As the sun begins to set, and you guys begin cresting over the hill that is just above, or just beyond the city or the town, where you guys can see it from here now. An orange glow rises from the city. And as you just crest over the hills, you see smoke coming out and a huge fire towards the eastern side of the town. What do you guys do?
Oh no.
What do we do?
You hear
Right?
screaming
Right?
from the city and fire just and you see these strange beams lashing out into the sky.
I think this might be Zan and the other bad kobold.
Zen was dead. You guys killed
Oh,
Yeah,
Zen.
we
and
killed
the other Zan.
the Dad.
Yeah.
Should we go there to see if
Yeah, we should help.
And
I mean, we got an army of kobolds now.
Yeah, we have to. But I don't know if they're gonna be useful. I don't know if they want to go into the flames. You know, I wouldn't.
Fire! Fire bad!
All right, bad.
New home.
Ah! This
Welcome.
new home!
We need to make it safe.
Make
We're going
home
to make it
safe.
safe.
We will
Yes.
fight for your home.
Can we go?
You can go if you want.
Yeah, go.
All right. As you guys are move into the city. Do you want the kobolds to follow you?
If they
If they
come,
they want to,
yes.
yeah.
They're running after you anyway. Their little feet just moving ahead with you. You guys begin entering the city. You see the guard is in disarray. The people are moving back and forth. Women and children falling on the ground. Guards helping them up. Men yelling, crying their eyes out. And you see the direction of the fire coming from what is the northern side of the city right now. So it would, as you guys were coming over, it was on your right, and now as you walk in the city, you know it's still to your right. It is the northern side of the city, where Sagrum would know is where the Baron's sort of house or manor is. So the fire is coming from that direction, and everybody's.
Can I fly?
Can you want to fly up?
Yeah, to see if I can see anything.
All right. You begin flying up. Roll a perception check.
Oh my god.
2.
2.
Okay. As you walk up, the smoke is too much for you to be able to detect anything. But you just see fire coming from there, and it's starting to spread to the other places of the city. And everybody is just running. You see now guards running out as well. What do you guys do?
Okay. I just
Someone
go
is
down
running.
again.
I want to ask
It's fine.
someone if what's happening.
Okay. As you ask someone, they kick you off and continue running outside of the city.
Should we go? It might be
Yeah,
the
we should.
kobolds. If it's the kobolds, we can deal with them.
Yeah, we should.
If it's not, we're well.
We can deal with it 2.
A question.
Yeah.
Do I still have a child on my back?
You do. And
Okay.
it's pointing towards the Baron's house.
Okay, great.
Come on, fish.
Let's go then.
You guys going?
Let's go. Yeah.
You
Yes,
run.
Olivia,
You run
stop.
through the streets, heading into the fire as everybody is running from there. You reach the sort of like wooden gatehouse that is now open as people are exiting and running. Guards telling everybody to retreat, yelling out, "Retreat! Run! We can't kill it!" And they keep running away from the area. As you guys walk into the Baron's courtyard, you see the L-shaped house, a garden but to its left, sort of behind it burning, the house burning. There are carts on the ground, the crates, everything burning. Other two buildings that you can't quite see what they are, burning as well. And at the center of everything, you see this large, huge, floating head. Green skin with spikes all over it, and 4 eye stalks, 4 tentacles with eyes at its tips, moving about, firing these strange beams at everything. There are guards dead on the floor, eviscerated, some even vaporized completely. As the creature turns its head towards you, its 4 side eyes looking straight at your group. And it's one big cyclops eye at the center. His toothy mouth with a huge tongue drooling with saliva, now focused on you as the iris shrinks and prepares to fire. And that's where we're going to end today's episode. As you walk into danger once again. PogChamp, you got an army of kobolds with you though!
Yeah.
Nice.
I want them to go away. Poor things. They will die.
You think they'll die?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Don't you think they'll just fucking run away at the sight of that thing?
Probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Alright. But yeah, that's it. That's episode 3 right there. Good job, guys.
Yay!
Amazing job.
I
It was-
didn't miss a spell this episode.
It was funny if you know Missy didn't kill that one. But she dealt exactly 2 more damage than its health. These creatures are pretty weak sauce. And you just shit on him. But yeah,
She was hungry.
you managed to get yourselves out of a possible fight there. So yeah, what do you guys think? What are your feelings after this?
See? Now we're going to kill that thing, and if we were on a fight, we wouldn't have spells. So thank me.
I wouldn't use any spells other than Firebolt anyway.
I don't have
Probably miss
spells.
those.
Poor Sagrin
I
just
like
has her
my-
2 shitty daggers that she keeps missing.
He needs to
Yeah.
start to steal from restaurants more knives.
Well, all right. That was it. That was tonight's episode. Once again, guys, I would like to remind you that if you are listening to this, we do stream this live at twitch.tv/unpopular_onion. You can find us at 9:30 p.m. GMT +1 or Western European Summertime every Saturday with a new episode. And if you guys are watching it right now and you missed a huge chunk of the episode, I see you in chat, Tresh, who also did the art for the characters. You can watch it back on YouTube, the Twitch VOD, or listen to it on Spotify and Google Podcasts this Monday, which is pretty Pog Champion as well. Also, another thing before we leave, you all suck. Okay, so next, I'm gonna go around the table once again. Thank you, chat, and thank you to everybody who hung out. We're gonna go around the table for you guys to tell chat and tell the people listening who you are and where we can find you. I'm gonna post the links on chat as well, starting with Sagrin the Rogue. Who are you? What do you do?
I am Fish, also known as Your Mother is a Fish, and I'm a variety streamer that plays way too many different kind of games. And I'm gonna start playing the new Kirby before I head back to complete Metal Gear Solid, the series.
Hell yeah, twitch.tv/yourmotherisafish if you want to find her. It's exactly that, no spaces, just type it. If you don't know how to type, you're a kobold. Next to Estera, our wonderful animator and friend. Please, who are you? What do you do?
Well, I don't stream, I just slap my fellow Dark Elves. But you can find me on Twitter on VFX Animatrix.
There you go. VFX Animatrix on Twitter to find Estera, and then moving to Mizzy, please.
Hi, I am Mizzy Peasy. I stream on Twitch as Mizzy Peasy. And I stream variety and Souls games and hard games and cool games.
Twitch.tv/mercilesskiller to find Mizzy on Twitch. And now finally, last but definitely not least, Witch.
Hi, I'm Cinder in the campaign, and I stream mostly League of Legends and lose my sanity due to it.
PogChamp, she's been losing sanity since the first episode. Twitch.tv/witch_.
I keep losing it.
Sama, S-A-M-A, to find her. They're all wonderful people. You guys should definitely check them out. And if you... Okay, shut up. And if you don't, you're all trash, kid. Get good. Do 90s in Fortnite. Anyway, this has been today's episode. I wish you guys a very good night, and we will see you all next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.